can't wait. Hi, y'all. I can't wait to make something with some of these. I'm so excited. Okay. How are y'all tonight? Hope everyone is good. Alright. This is Bow Tuesday. Which today we are doing a bow, but we're also doing a swag. So, alright. This is what we're doing. Can you see it? Isn't that pretty? So this is an oval sign. And we have our swag here. Now this is a 24-inch swag. And I'm going to show y'all how to make this longer, look longer. Let me just kind of go through what we got. We got some long ferns. We got eucalyptus leaves. We got our ficus. We got our bead grass. This is a lot. We have yellow forget-me-nots and cream wildflowers. So that's what's going in this swag. That seems like a lot, doesn't it? It is a lot. Okay. All right. We're going to make our bow first, though. Hello, hello, hello. How are y'all? So our bow... Sorry, I was fixing Mama's grapevine before we came on. The bow, and you can tell I made the sign to match, right? Was all inspired. Everything was inspired by this ribbon. Isn't this pretty? I think this is so pretty. Okay. Oh my gosh, I have to show y'all some of our new stuff we got in today. Look at these. These are dahlias. These are two-tone dahlias. Oh my gosh. And then look, we got a bunch of ranunculus in. Aren't those pretty? These are really good ones too. They're really full. They have little stuff in them. See, we got purple and we got yellow and pink. And then this is purple. So see, this is the blue. This is the purple. I think we got cream as well. And then look at these. They're beige, but they have this kind of peachy color to them. Aren't they pretty? I had to show y'all because I was so excited. I was walking by it and I was like, oh, I had to take those in my room. Because we're going to have to do something with those. Because we have to. Alright. We're going to do our bow first. Lordy. You wouldn't think. You wouldn't think it would make such a mess. Just that little bit of grapevine. But it did. Okay. Alright. So when you're doing a swag like this, you want to be careful about not making your bow overwhelming because it will overwhelm the swag. So we're going to be careful not to do that. So we're going to end up with a lot of ribbon left over. But remember, you can always make a bow to match, you know, to have separate. Okay. So we're going to start with, see if you can tell, there's gray on the inside of these flowers. And so we're going to start with the gray. I know, right? Aren't they pretty? Okay. So we're going to do like a 6-inch tail, so small tail. How are y'all today? Okay. And I think we'll do, let's see, do we want to do, yeah, I think 6 inches is good. So 6-inch. Six-inch. Isn't it pretty? 6-inch. There we go. I told you you'd have a lot of ribbon left. But we may end up using some of it in the swag. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see. One thing I want to do is cut a, we'll say like a 14-inch piece. Okay. Hello. Fold it over like this. So boxes for swags, we have the long, narrow boxes. Now for this one, you can actually get them in, I think we figured out we can get them in like a 22 box. Isn't that right? You'd have to put it sideways. Okay, so we're going to dovetail it. Alright, pull it up. Look how pretty that ribbon is. Let's do a splash of white here. All of these are going to be I think we're going to do, let's do 2, 2, 2, 2. Now your instructions might be slightly different, but remember, I'm probably going to show you something different than is in your instructions because then you have options. Well, I may only do 2, 1, 2, 1. Alright, 17-inch piece. I mean 14. Boy, that would be long, wouldn't it? That would be kind of long. The white's going to pop next to this yellow. And so will the green. So we did 2, then 1. Now we're going to do 2 again. 6-inch again. Okay. Alright, and remember on that last one, you don't twist, you just pull it out, trim it off. Okay. Then we're going to put our focal right on the top. I did not do an extra one of the green, but we are going to do an extra one. We're actually going to do a couple of extras of this yellow. Hello. Alright, so one up top, one down the middle. Down the middle, I want to do like, maybe like 13 inches. So not quite as long. I am dovetailing them. So right down the middle, like this. Okay, and then our little tails. So the reason we do these is so that we have kind of a rounded bow effect without having to use a ton of ribbon. Because if we use a whole bunch of ribbon in here, it's going to overwhelm the swag and all you're going to see is the bow. So we don't want to do that. We want to be able to see, whoops, look at that, I forgot to dovetail that. Let's fix that. Okay. We can dovetail this one too because I'm not going to curl. Okay. Most important thing when you dovetail is to hold it up like this. If you hold it up and cut at an angle towards the wire, you're not going to cut it wrong. If you hold it down like this, most likely what you're going to do is you're going to, see, and I can't even do it because I know what I'm doing. You're going to cut at a point. I have to force myself to do it. Okay. Because I've trained my brain to do that. Alright. So we're going to take our zip tie, run it underneath. Hey, hey. Just like that. Most important thing with this is to make sure you get all the ribbon in. Then pull it out. Got a little bit of maker over here. We're going to use some bind wire to tie it in. A lot of times with swags or evergreens or grapevines, I will zip tie the bows in, but in this case, hello, I don't want to, because I don't want to have the bow really sunken in. I kind of want it to stand up. So I'm going to show you a couple of tricks with that. I'm also going to show you a couple tricks on how to keep the sign in like we want it. But the first thing I'm going to do is flip my swag over. I'm going to pick the two highest pieces, and I'm going to make a little circle, and this is our hanger. So that's our hanger. Then I want to take two more pieces and put them up, because this is where our bow is going to go, right here. Okay. Now we're going to take, we see our groove in there. Hold one side pretty tightly and zip that around, making sure you're keeping it in that groove. Hello, hello. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I put the bind wire in there before I tightened it. And now I'm going to fluff it out. Remember, when you're fluffing, you want to make sure that you are spreading them out and that you're twisting back and forth to break it out of the bow. This one is going to go kind of in the middle. It's almost going to be like we have two loops here. Okay. See how we keep that one in the middle? These go down to the bottom. So now you can see how it's kind of rounded out. Here we go. Trim that off. Whoops. Apparently, I trimmed some of my bind wire too. Not a big deal. Hold on. I'm going to have to smash for a second. Here we go. Yeah, definitely don't do that. There. Alright. I always cut extra, so we're good. So I'm going to put it down and tie it around here. I'll kind of twist it around itself and then pull it back up under the bow. This is actually bind wire. So it's 26 gauge, I believe. Alright, now let's refluff our bow since I had to smash it to fix it. Not a problem at all. So you see how the bow is standing on top and it's not sinking in? That's because we used the bind wire instead of using a zip tie. That way it can sit on the surface a little better and we still have this nice fluffiness. We have these two pieces. You want to put it like this because that's going to keep your bow from coming off. Okay. There we go. We can even do our loops like this with our little tails kind of going out. Alright. Now that we got that part done, we need to kind of fluff this out. Okay. And then I'm gonna show you the trick. So the way we're gonna do this is we're kind of putting the largest elements on first, then we're gonna green it, and then we'll add our florals. So I'm just kind of pulling everything out and up. So with this swag, this is a much fuller, wider swag, but it's shorter. So you actually have a lot of versatility when they are wider like this, but shorter, because I'll show you why. A lot of it's going to be because you have all this extra, and so you're going to be able to use it to help you. Okay. It is a teardrop like we usually make. Alright, see there? Now, I know I want the sign to go kind of right down the middle. And I don't want the sign to sink in. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't want it to be way down here, because then it's hard to see. So what we're going to do is we have all this extra. We're going to take some pieces and we're going to twist them over just like this. All right, and then spread out the rest of what we have. And then when we put our sign on, you see what happens. It's sitting up. So it's not going to get buried down in the wreath. This is a 24-inch swag. I'm going to use bind wire because bind wire blends in better with these kinds of wreaths. All right. You love my sign? I do too. Of course, I was making it to match the ribbon. So my flowers do have a little gray in them. They're just kind of at the edge instead of the center. I was kind of tired when I made this. It did turn out really pretty though. Okay. So I've got my bind wire. We've got our little pieces that are going to keep it up. And so I'm going to take my sign and the top, I'm going to spread it out and I'm going to go around the base just like we did with the ribbon. I'm going to twist it a couple of times and then come back up and kind of tie it off under the bow. Oh, thank you. There we go. And then just kind of tuck it in. I want it to be kind of loose so that when, you know, it's not going to smash what I did to keep it up. You see how we do this one? See, we come over here, we twist a couple of times. Come back up. Then I twist again, but I'm doing it underneath the sign. You like the ovals? Yeah, I do too. There. So now see, we can still see the whole sign because we have it kind of fluffed up underneath that. Okay. One thing that I like to do when I'm making wreaths or grapevines or anything else is to make sure that I have my line established. Do y'all know what I mean when I say that? My line is this. So you see up here, this is really much longer and it doesn't look as nice and tapered. So one thing I do when I start is I'm going to cut some of this off. Okay. It's not going to hurt it. I just look for pieces that are a little bit outside my line. And I just trim them off. Super easy. Just like that. So see that tiny little bit made a big difference. You see the difference it makes? Now we have that nice tapered look. Don't be afraid to cut stuff off because it's easy and it helps and it works. All right, now let's bring our stuff back. You okay? Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought I heard you say something, but I didn't hear what you said. I thought I heard you say something.
I didn't say anything.
Oh. Alright, now I'm going to show you the trick to making this look longer. You're going to take one of your ficus leaves, and we are going to cut it up. I always pull it out like this and cut 3 separate pieces. That's where I start. 1, 2, 3. You can take this piece and you're going to put it at the bottom, and it's going to extend our swag. You see that? Doesn't have to be quite this long. Maybe this long. Make sure when you're putting it in that you are getting it into, you know, the evergreen. I'm kind of bending it up a little. And we work on building that up a little, but that's going to help to elongate this piece. Alright, now I'm going to put a little bit of this in the bow. I always want to add some in the bow. And then we're going to green up the base.
Hey.
Hey, Pa.
Hey. What you doing?
You going to come rest for a little bit?
No, got work to do.
Oh. Oh, you need the ladder. You're not taking that pallet down, are you?
The whole thing.
Daddy!
What's he doing?
You don't want to know.
Yes, I do. I think I'm going to go out there.
He's going to take the pallet down.
The what down?
Pallet.
Oh.
We got 2 pallets of stuff in today, y'all.
I don't think I will go out there.
No, I wouldn't. Alright. So I cut these into pieces. We're going to cut this into pieces. This is our eucalyptus. So when I'm doing these things, this is what I'm looking for. Look at that, it's a little sticky. I like it. I'm looking for different textures and different colors of green. She's going to see what he's doing. I don't want to tell you how much new stuff we got in. We got a lot. Alright, look, all of this you can bend. See that? And we can kind of add a little end to the end to kind of give it a little bit more dimension and make it look like there's actually something down there. There, one on one side, one on the other side. Okay. You see how that elongates and gives us that nice tapered look? Okay. This one I'll cut up and spread throughout. Yeah, so to put it in the box, I'll just push this up like that. But remember, this is an option. This is not something that you have to do. If you want to keep it shorter, then don't do this at the end. Just spread them out. I'm going to cut these into various pieces. The part I cut off, I just put a little glue on, so that way my little pieces won't come off, because I'm entirely too lazy to go through and bend each one of these. It just takes too long, so I do the quick method, which is glue. Okay. I want bigger pieces, smaller pieces. Okay. I also want to cut up the pieces that I have here. And we have a whole nother piece, remember. And we're going to put all these in. Okay. We've got our ficus here. We've got our grass here. So big and little. She had to go approve what he was doing.
Yeah.
I don't know that I approve of what he's doing.
I never do, but it doesn't do me any good.
No, it really doesn't. I should have hidden that ladder. We gotta do a better job of hiding the ladder. I do make signs. I make sign and ribbon sets as well. There we go. So small, big. There we go. Oh, who had a birthday? Happy birthday. Okay. Did y'all all have a good weekend? Hopefully you did. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. These go up. There we go. This also has kind of like some little notches on it. Is there a rule of thumb? No, it's really just kind of however much you want at the bottom. I probably added maybe 6 inches. I was kind of trying to make it similar to the 31-inch ones we have, which are probably out now. Okay, just about done with this part. He is a working man, but at 90, it's not the best to be climbing on ladders. But you're not going to tell him that. Alright, I'm just going to keep these off because we're going to kind of use them throughout and in the bow. Cut this into a couple of pieces. If you look at the back of these, you can usually tell places where it's pretty easy to cut them. Okay, and then let's cut this. And then we're going to just add. And we still have our ferns too. This is what you call greening the base, which just means, like it says, adding greenery. That's it. Nothing very exciting about it. Okay. I have, just like the other ones, I have some long, some short, some singles, some doubles. These are really awesome because they're very bendable. Look how many different shades of green we have. This is what makes it really awesome because it's going to look a lot more natural because we have all these different shades of green going on. We're going to add a few of these kind of at the bottom, which is also going to help to kind of beef up the stuff we put down here. Have I made a styrofoam birthday cake out of flowers? No, but I could. I certainly could. I've made a guitar out of candy. Does that count? Alright, so let's start with our ficus first. We're going to start at the top and go down. So what I usually do is kind of divide it in half here. That way I can make sure I have enough for both sides. And I don't have too much of one kind on one side. Doesn't have to be perfect, but approximate. This way you just don't end up with, you know, a ridiculous amount going down one side and not the other. Okay. Alright, here we go. Did you get your LLC file today? Awesome! Alright, so we're going to kind of put it in. I want this to kind of be peeking out. We're also going to put some up here behind our bow. Right up here. And you want the pieces that are going to kind of extend a little bit past the bow to go up here. Okay. So maybe a little bit longer. And you see how it just kind of comes up past the bow a little? Alright. That. We have quite a bit of greenery, so don't be nervous if you can't go as far as you thought you would. Get that out of the way, because you've got a lot to use. When you're putting it in, make sure you're hitting that green to the evergreen, because that's going to make a difference as to whether it's going to stay in or not. There. Alright, going to do the other side. This part goes pretty quick. The longest part is just cutting everything up, honestly. Once you get everything cut up, it's pretty quick after that. Like there. Alright. Right in here. He's talking to himself.
What?
He's talking to himself.
That's not unusual.
No. Dad has full-on conversations with himself.
I have a few too.
Yeah, I think everybody does.
Yeah.
Alright, I want to put this one kind
I
of
mostly
up
talk to
here.
Sally.
Yeah, we don't worry about that stuff. Do we, girls?
Yeah.
Nope. There we go. Alright. I want to put just a little bit, maybe right in here. Ooh, my nose itches. There. Okay. Put a little bit of this in. This is going to continue that down there. So when you put something in, you just want to put a few extra pieces in different places, just so it continues it all through the piece. We can put this one up here in the bow. There we go. Alright, now let's do these next. Let's see, these are the smaller ones. Are these the bigger ones? Yes, bigger ones. Okay. Whoops, I didn't mean to pull it off. Now, these can be spread out like this, or it can be pushed up. Let's see, it really works a lot better if it's kind of cut up into pieces. When you have a whole big bunch like that, it tends to kind of bunch up. So it looks bunchy. You don't really want it to look bunchy. But I kind of want some of the larger pieces to kind of go around our sign. Pick up on some of that greenery that's in the sign. Okay, kind of frame it a little. And there is a lot of all of this. Doesn't mean you have to use it all. Okay. Maybe like that. There. All right, now see how much of this there is? I want to put some kind of in between, underneath a little. And I am kind of moving it back and forth, making sure I'm getting it into that space where it's gonna glue in. Because it would stink if I did all that work and then I picked it up and stuff fell out, right? Then I'd be like, seriously? Not cool. Okay. Make sure you're keeping your line. And all you have to do to keep your line is to make sure on each side it's even. Okay. I love this grass stuff. It goes a long way. We can take some of these little pieces that we took out and kind of glue in specific places that we want it. So if it's not going exactly where we want it, we take our little loose pieces and we glue them right in. We can also glue them into our bow, which is gonna look awesome. See, look at that. Oh! Yeah, I'll call you after. Everything okay? Did you text me and I missed it? Okay. Alright. I got some of the gold in. Well, I might not have come in, but I ordered it. It was ordered. I ordered more of the gold, more of the pink. I ordered more to do more of the Mother's Day sign and ribbon sets. And Casey did list the sign. So yeah, we will get more of those in. We got like 500 rolls of ribbon in. That's what I want to say. It's about right. Yeah, I think that's right. About 500 rolls. So a lot. And I ordered more. So a whole lot. There we go. Look how pretty that is with all that greenery. Getting on my nerve. I gotta pick this up. Look at that girl all sacked out.
Yep. That's for
All right.
back feet now.
I am gonna put flowers in too. Yep. Let me get some glue out here, y'all. Looking a little bare in there. Okay. Let's see. Looking pretty even, but I need something right there. Okay. There we go. Now let's add, we're going to pull these suckers out. because we just want to kind of speed these in a little. And we're also going to save some to fill in our gaps. We've got our little ferny leaves. These, I kind of want to keep a few longer. And I'm going to kind of put them in here to give a little bit more fullness down here, a little bit more structure. Okay. Right. I think I might put this on top a little. Let's see if I like that. I don't like it that long. Hold on. Too long. Do we have a big sneezies? Oh my goodness. That's better. That's better. Okay. With these, so we've got nice long ones. So we're going to kind of build it up down here a little bit so it doesn't look odd. There we go. There. One over here. And I'm going to show you something cool. Sometimes I have these and I love these, but for, you know, for whatever reason, I don't like them because they're too long or whatever. So I'm going to show you how to fix that because it's easy. Alright, right in there. Okay, so if they're longer than you want, what you can do is just take your hands and strip it down. And just pull some of the pieces at the bottom off. And then you have a nice shorter piece that we can kind of add in along the side. Because if we had tried to add this in with it being long like that, it would look terrible. So we use our little trick. We strip it off. Then we have a nice short one. You always want to strip it from the bottom. Yep, it is plastic and silk. It is. I mean, honestly, almost all of the greenery stuff is plastic. There's some that's silky, but there's not as much, you know. Back when we first started doing all this, there was a lot more silky stuff than there is now. So, yeah. It's just not a ton. Alright, so I'm going to put a few of these kind of in here. Right in there. Just so it doesn't look all bushy down here. Yeah, that looks good. Did we use all of the... Yep, we did. Okay. Alright. Then we're going to add in our flowers. So I'm going to save the last few. This has a lot of flowers on it. Doing okay, Pa? He either doesn't hear me or he's ignoring me. I think it doesn't hear me. Okay. This is going to brighten it up. then we have these. Aren't these beautiful? I love these. They're just like so delicate, and I've been obsessed with these wildflowers this year. Every year I get obsessed with something. This year, it's these. Are you laughing at me? Yes, she is laughing at me. I can't help it. They're pretty. Somebody says, what is the name of that? I'm like, pretty. Because I don't know. I can't tell you the name of it. I just know it's pretty. Now we could take one of these longer ones and we could add it in with our length down here. You see that? You see how starting to add those things in, and it makes it look like we didn't just stick a bunch of stuff in there to make it longer, but we actually did. I think we found a few more of the clippers, but y'all, they are out. I do think I might have found myself a new supplier. Let's keep our fingers crossed. I have inquiries in with them. So I'm going to cut some a little bit longer to kind of come out like this. Okay. So I kind of want to spread them out a little. Remember, it doesn't have to be in the same spot. It just needs to be on the other side. Yeah, the sale is still going on.
She's still working on her feet.
You want to know what the base is? It's a short swag. Yep. We're just using a little cheats to make it longer. Okay. So we kind of want to spread these out kind of all along. That's why I got something that had a lot of pieces to it, so we can kind of add them in. And I have them kind of cut so that they are, you know, kind of peeking out so you can see them. And everything is going at a downward angle, if you can't tell. There we go. Ooh, that's pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. How many of you have been afraid to try swag? Has anybody been afraid to try swag? Aren't they pretty? I love them too. I love these because they are smaller, but y'all, they're so thick that they just hold a lot more than the other ones do. So yeah, it's smaller, but you're not going to be able to tell when we're done. They are fun. You haven't? You haven't? I love doing these. You can do it. You can do it. I know you can do it. I know you think you can't do it, but you can. You can do it. All right. Oh, this is pretty. Can you see it?
It'd be really pretty. Oh, yeah.
All right, we need to put some in the bow. Very, very important. Home. It just says home on it.
Home sweet home?
Nope, just home.
Sweet home?
Just home. Yep, just plain old home. There we go. A little bit there. A little bit over here. So if we're in the bow, I'm kind of pushing it up a little bit. Do you? I made the sign on Friday. I was so tired, but I was determined I was going to get this done. So I sat in my chair and did it. I do love making signs though. Okay. Got a few more. I want to do one kind of longer towards in here, there. Alright, and I want to do a longer, let's see, I think that's a good size right there. Okay. Ooh, cute. I see you could even do 2 of these and make a table runner. Oh, thank you. Okay, put a few of these in. So we want to kind of put a few of these in. Remember, if you put it down here, you want to kind of put some up here. Doesn't have to be a ton, but definitely some. So we'll kind of break this one up a little. Okay. I just like these because they're delicate. That's why I like them. Look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. You see now why I'm a little obsessed with these right now? I mean, they're just so cute. They're just like airy and they just like hang out and go, I'm here. They're pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And I really, really like the leaves. Look at these leaves. Aren't they pretty? They're really pretty. It is an oval sign. Did you paint? Yeah. I've done that. The stir sticks. Yeah. Okay. Let's put a little bit right down in here so you can see where I have yellow. I'm kind of brightening it up with a little bit of this cream here. And I want them to stand up and not be kind of flat. All right. Look at all the stuff we have left. So what I'll do with what we have left is kind of just add in little pieces here and there. A few longer ones to make sure we keep that invisible line. See how that keeps that line? Don't worry about the strings. Like if you have one where it looks like there's nothing substantial, you can put a little one of these behind it. Just kind of gives it a little bit more kind of structure there. I want to put one under this over here. Right in there. Ooh, yeah. That's pretty. See, now you can't even tell that we added stuff in to make it longer, right? Can you tell? What about you, Mom? Can you tell?
What?
That we added stuff to the bottom to make it longer? Nope. She can't tell.
So very good.
She's really not even a big swag person, but
No.
that's okay.
But that doesn't mean it isn't pretty.
Some people are swag people and some people are not.
That's true.
I'm going to add a few little grasses up here, kind of at the top. Because I want just a little bit more under my bow, kind of right here. It also kind of helps to hide that hanger.
She just so busy.
Is she a busy girl? Let's see what we got left here.
Now Seth's working on the back.
Ooh, that's pretty. That's so pretty. Oh, I just love this. I think we might could put one right in there, maybe. Okay. You could also have some of your ribbon kind of streaming down at the end if you want. I could just kind of pop it in, kind of tuck it underneath and just have it kind of streaming down the bottom. This also helps to kind of puff up the bottom a little bit. Hey, Cece. Right under there. See, like that. Thank you. This is way longer than I need, really. But that's okay. Just to kind of give you a few little options. You could also add some in kind of going along. Like in here. Like this. Kind of in between your florals and greenery, like this. See that? Isn't that cute? There. She is a good girl. What are your side effects? I have definitely have a few side effects. Like this. See, isn't that pretty? Just a little something extra. There. Ha ha ha. What y'all think? Are we liking it? Oh, I forgot to put in the, I'm not going to put that in. There's only one. All right. There we go. Don't know if I like the ribbons at the bottom, but I like them at the sides. What do we think? That's pretty. Thank you. Well, my main side effects are fatigue. That's a big one. And just like, I don't know, my stomach has not been very happy. Sometimes I just feel kind of yucky. I don't even know. I'm either not hungry at all or I feel like I'm starving to death. Kinda, I think is what it is. I think what I want is only one. That's what I like. Just the one. I don't like the three. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, if you do make this, you have to send me pictures so I can see. Yeah, flowers are definitely different than they used to be. But some of the things are still good. Like these are really nice. These are good.
Hello, it's Nancy.
You just kind of put the stuff that's not as great towards the bottom, and then it fills it up, and it doesn't, you know, it doesn't. These are the swags that we used at the retreat, but we actually had them as well, so. Yep. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that's terrible. Thank you. Yeah, I think it turned out really pretty. If you get a lot of strings, just take a hair dryer and kind of go over it with low heat. Pop right out.
I don't know what she's doing now.
She's going back and forth. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow night yet, but it's because I haven't looked. We haven't unpacked everything. So I'm not really sure exactly what we're going to do tomorrow. But we'll do something fun. We got so many new meshes in that I kind of want to look at the mesh before I decide what we're going to do. But it'll be early when I figure out what I want to do. Alright. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I don't know if I said this. This is a kit. And the sale is still going on. And I kind of bent my ribbon like this so that it has more of a natural kind of dip in it. We did do, the one that we did at the retreat was apple, and definitely looked very different than this. So, but look how pretty. See, if this goes outside and the wind is blowing, how pretty is that? Isn't that pretty? Alright, well I hope y'all have a great night. Thank you, and I will see you guys tomorrow night, and we'll do something else. Alright, y'all have a great night. Bye, y'all. Bye. Look at my hair. It's all, I got so hot, and it's all frizzy.